What's up? It's John again. We have another video here, and what we are working on this time is the TRX4 High Trail Edition. They went with the clipless body, so it makes it harder to actually lift the body on these there. And every one of these I've seen rubs the wheels when the body flexes, it tucks up in there. Easy way to lift the body, I found out. What I've done is actually took the body mount off the truck and made adapters to be able to lift the body up and get a little more clearance out of it. What I used was little pieces of 1/4-inch aluminum tubing, square tube. Still lightweight, ain't gonna add that much weight to the truck at all, and drilled those out to where basically I just lined them up, drilled them out, drilled all 4 of them through a drill press that way, so all 4 of them's the same. Now, bottom side, I drilled them out to the exact size of the screw that I went with that's longer. These screws that I got in my local hardware store worked out good for me. I've already put this on once and wanted to lift it up a little bit higher, so I ended up using the little aluminum 1/4-inch tube. It actually, the outside diameter measures 3/8 of an inch. And then I wanted to go just a little bit higher, so I had the little bitty spacers that come in shock kits to get the spacing on the shocks so it doesn't rub up against a frame of a whatever you're putting it on. But you can get those wherever. I mean, it's just a little bitty spacer. They are roughly about 3/16 of an inch thick. The kit has different thickness. I went with the 3/8 or the 3/16 of an inch thick ones. But like I said, you're gonna drill out the one side to the exact size. The other side, you're gonna drill them out larger. I don't remember offhand what size that was, so you just have to play around with the drill bits for it. But the reason you're going to drill these out larger on this other side is on the body itself, on the inside of your body, there's actually the little nubs that stick up. I drilled these out larger so that sits up over those nubs and it sits flat again. Going to pull up nice and tight. It's not going to flex and pull on anything. It's going to go up just like it did with the original mount, directly up against another block. You don't have to worry about it pulling on it that way or twisting it or breaking anything. So that is the reason I did that. But drilled 4 of these out. I made these, my tape measure was in millimeters. They were 30 millimeters long, or if you're in inches, it is 1 1/4 inches long is what I made these. And they're that exact size to be able to sit across and cover the span of that body, the mounting point itself on the clipless body there. So 1/4 inch square tube, aluminum. Drilled the holes out to the 3 millimeter on the back side. And then on the other side, drilled them out to the larger side so it sits over those little bitty posts inside the body itself. So, but like I said, I made it a little bit taller after the fact even. So I ended up using these little spacers that I had from a shock kit. And all I did there, grab them again, I already have them put up again. But I went ahead and did spacers on the inside of the screws here. And then these are just going to sit right over it. So in a sense, you've gained, well, we'll just measure it out here. We're doing this as I'm doing it. So all in all, you've gained right at it's 5/8 of an inch of lift is what you're going to gain. So let me go ahead and get one of these on here real quick, and then we'll show you what we got. The other thing I did want to say on these, they're 3 millimeter screws, 25 millimeters long. If you don't use the spacers in here, that's why I went ahead and did the little spacers from the shock kit. the 25 millimeter is just a little bit long, and I didn't want to take a chance that it was going to poke through on the top side of the body and make a mark. So I went ahead and did that versus cutting them down, but you could cut those down a little bit. I had no luck trying to find 20 millimeter screws, so I went with the 25 millimeter. But other than that, and they are a 50 pitch, which is the same as the other screws. I mean, you're only screwing into plastic, so it ain't no biggie anyway, but it would rethread itself. But these, just if anybody want to know, they're a 50 pitch is what the thread is on them. And it's the exact ones that came out of it, the little shorter screw. In an instance, let's just see, I went with 25 millimeter screws, and these were, the originals were 18 millimeter, and I went up to 25 millimeter. So, but I've almost got this front one back on. We'll show you here real quick what it looks like with the lift. And then I'll pause the video, get the back one done, and then I'll come back and you can actually see what it is all done. You're just tightening down into plastic, so you don't want to over tighten and strip them out. But like I was saying, I mean, it's going to be just as tight as it was from factory. And see if this will even show up. Now you can kind of see the little block in there. But what that's doing is moving this mount down farther, which is moving the body up. So, but we're going to go ahead and get the back one on here real quick, and then we'll be back. Alright guys, we've got all the body stuff done on it now, but what we're going to do here, I'll show you real quick. Everything done on this. There's the front mount. You can see how the little aluminum pieces sit in there. Let's spread that up a little bit, there you go. And like I said, everything in here, I mean, it's nice and tight, it's back in the way it should. I can actually push down on the little rubber blocks that are up inside the body here, and it doesn't even come, I mean, compressing those, I don't come anywhere close to those 25 millimeter screws that I put in there. But like I said, I mean, the blocks themselves, the little aluminum blocks are 3/8 of an inch thick, and then the little spacers that I put on there also, the little jobbies, kind of similar to these from out of the shock kits when you buy those for spacers for shocks so they don't rub up against the frame of the truck chassis. But that was the front, and then the rear, everything's back in there, and it's sitting as it should. But we'll go ahead and get it on here real quick. All four corners latch back down like it should. And then I did not take a measurement before, but I mean, we are sitting at 7 1/4 inches on the front and rear now. So it is sitting level, which it was before, but and then like I said, being able to turn the wheel all the way, I mean, you do get a little bit of rub on the front. I mean, it's not bad, but full lock the other way, it just tucks right up inside, doesn't do anything. Rear never hit anyway, but I mean, it should, yeah, even tilted all the way over, it's barely catches the corner. I did not want to cut the body on this one. I made the mistake on my other TRX that I have, which I got parts I'm gonna order for that, but the other Blazer there, when I did the winch on the front of that, I actually ended up cutting the front of the grill open to get the winch to lay in it, and I found another bumper that actually, that said it was for the TRX4, but it didn't fit it right. So, but I got another front grill coming for that, and then the actual bumper itself, which I did a bumper for the rear of this truck also, because I'll show you here real quick. I made my own little drop hitch, but it flexes too much on the plastic bumper, so I did find an actual metal bumper for this one that I liked, actual step bumper that I'm going to put on here, and then I'll put the hitch back on that. But anyhow, that is the video. I just wanted to let you see how it was done. All in all, like I said, I had $5.05 and all the screws and everything, and then the 4 little pieces of aluminum block was something I had over from another job. So all in all, those little aluminum blocks, aluminum square tube that I got. I bought those off Amazon, had 4 1-foot long sticks, and it was $9. So all in all in this, I've got $6 in it to lift the body. So nice and easy, hours worth of work. It's done. Thanks for watching, guys.